Today we will talk about a great female mathematician and scholar, Lilavati. Her story teaches us how positive attitude and proper guidance can help overcome the most devastating events in one's life. Lilavati was born in the southern part of India near present-day Mumbai some 800 years ago between 1114 and 1185 AD. Her father Bhaskaracharya had a great influence on Lilavati's life. With him as her father, teacher, and guide, Lilavati channeled her intelligence and focus to become a great Vidhushi, meaning the learned one. Since Bhaskaracharya was such an important figure in Lilavati's life, let us briefly learn about him too. Bhaskaracharya was a renowned scholar in mathematics, astrology, and astronomy. His most notable work is Siddhant Shiromani on the principles of math. It consists of around 1450 verses and is divided into 4 parts: Lilavati, which is arithmetic; Bijganit, which is algebra; Goladhyay, which is calculation of sphere and globes; and Grahganit, which is calculation of the planets. Coming back to Lilavati, let me share a story with you as to how the whole course of Lilavati's life changed after a series of tragic events. At the time of Lilavati's birth, based on the planetary positions, Bhaskaracharya made some calculations and came to the conclusion that soon after her marriage, Lilavati was destined to be a widow. As a loving father, it was a very shocking prediction for his daughter, and Bhaskaracharya wished to change the sad outcome. When Lilavati came of age, Bhaskaracharya recalculated an auspicious time for her marriage, which would change her ill fate from being a widow to a happily married lady. Per his calculations, he fixed the exact time for Lilavati's wedding and proceeded with the preparations. Now in 12th century, there was a unique way of measuring time. They used a water clock, also called Ghatik Yantra. To measure the exact time of the day, the base of a bowl was drilled with a small hole and left in an earthen pot filled with water. As the bowl filled with water, it would eventually sink in the pot. That would indicate the completion of 1 peher out of the 8 pehers in a day. 1 peher was equal to 3 hours. Per all the arrangements, Bhaskaracharya started the clock for the auspicious time for Lilavati's wedding. He strictly advised everyone to stay away from the water clock. Lilavati got curious and decided to take a quick peek to see if the bowl had sunk yet or not. As she leaned over, unknown to her, a tiny bead from her jewelry fell and got stuck in the hole. The hole, now being half covered by the bead, slowed the process of filling the bowl in correct time. Everyone waited for the bowl to sink before starting the wedding rituals, without anyone realizing the mistake that it took extra time to fill the bowl. Thus, despite all the good intentions, calculations, and preparations, Lilavati still got married at the inauspicious time as was predestined for her. As fate would have it, Lilavati became a widow soon after her marriage. After losing her husband, a very sad and heartbroken Lilavati came back to live at her father's place. Bhaskaracharya would often see his daughter sad, alone, and depressed. To help divert her mind, he started teaching her math and astronomy. To teach Lilavati math in an easy way, Bhaskaracharya would present the questions in the form of simple and playful riddles, short stories, and narratives. For solution, he created sutras, meaning set of rules, which helped solve the problems much faster and efficiently. Based on these set of rules, Bhaskaracharya, with Lilavati's assistance, compiled all of it in a book which he named after his daughter Lilavati. The book Lilavati deals mainly with arithmetic and consists of 279 verses written in Sanskrit. It has 13 chapters in total, like Sankraman, Mool Gunak, Bandh Pratibandhak, Ank Pash, just to name a few. The questions in the book are known for their story-like presentation, making it more simple, fun, and easy to understand. Here is an example. A peacock is sitting on a pillar of 9 cubit height. From a distance of 27 cubits, a snake is coming at the bottom of the pillar. Seeing the snake, the peacock diagonally pounces upon it. If their speeds are equal, at what distance from the pillar will the peacock catch the snake? Up until the British system of education was introduced in India, Lilavati was the standard math textbook for nearly 800 years. The easy methods and simple narration was so popular that many translations and commentaries on the book were produced over time. In 1587, King Akbar's court poet Faizi translated the book in Persian. It was also translated to English in 1816 by John Taylor. Lilavati dedicated her whole life to knowledge and learning. She will always be cherished and honored as one of the very accomplished scholars whose contribution to math is as relevant in the present times as it was in the 12th century AD. Praising his daughter's intelligence and math skills, Bhaskaracharya wrote in the last verse of the book, Lilavati is born in a respectable family. With her intelligence and knowledge, she stands out in any group of scholars. Hope you enjoyed the presentation and got to learn something new about Lilavati. Feel free to check out the video on empowered women from the Vedic age. In there you will also find the difference between a Vidushi and a Brahmavadini. I will leave the link in the description box below. Thank you and take care.